So this will be part one of the 240SX 6-liter drift build. Today we're going to be pulling the engine, getting the flex plate off, putting on the new clutch, getting the transmission mated up to it. Hopefully everything on the back side of the motor looks good. I just turned it over, it looks great. I mean, everything on this engine looks to be brand new, hopefully rebuilt properly. Actually, I'll get you a little closer to see these valves. The intake wasn't on and the injectors weren't in, but they taped off the throttle body, thinking they were keeping the weather out, but they weren't. Good thing this thing wasn't sitting outside for too long, or else the valves would have been shot. Everything looks brand new. Bouncing back and forth between going micro squirt or just doing a standalone and putting the whole harness back in the car. But I was really hoping to keep the wiring to a minimum, so you have no wiring except for the engine management and maybe blinkers and headlights and stuff like that. But we're gonna get the engine pulled out today, get the transmission on, and hopefully get it stabbed back in. So take the flex plate off, get the new flywheel put on the clutch, get everything lined up. Hopefully I have enough bolts for the transmission. I don't know. I believe I have the rest of them from that one, but it was an auto trans, so we'll have to see how that works. So I bought these I don't know, like a year ago to put the black car together. I don't know what this one is. We're gonna figure that out together. This is the transmission mount and the motor mount that I don't need anymore because I have, well, I need the transmission mount. So, do need that. So this is a factory clutch for Camaro, and since I've decided to do a turbo, I don't know if this will actually hold the power. I bet you it'll hold up to like 400, 450, and then it'll probably start slipping, but no one's gonna buy these things. I'm not gonna get any of my money back from selling it, so I'm gonna put it in for now, and then if we need to swap it out later, we'll just go ahead and put a new one in. Clutch disc. Yeah. It's not gonna hold. Got the new flywheel here, Loctite on there, never hurt nobody. Take some brake clean, get your mating surface cleaned for the pilot bearing. Just get her nice and cleaned up, make sure the surface is clean. Get your new needle bearing that's usually supplied with new clutches where you can just buy them by themselves. No big deal. I find that the hammer and socket method works fairly well, so what we're gonna do, get this thing lined up in here. Sometimes you can get them started by hand and they'll sit there relatively straight. And then we'll take our socket, make sure we line it up really nice, not to destroy the bearing. Alright, so we got the pilot bearing installed. Gonna get the clutch opened up here. I hope they gave me some hardware for this because I don't have any bolts for it. I like to put a little bit of Loctite on the threads just to make sure nothing comes loose inside the bell housing. If this thing holds the 500 horse, 600 horse, whatever we're looking at, we should be good. But you know as much as I know that that's probably not going to happen. So what we'll do is snug these down to the face. Some people complain that they're stripping bolts at 52. I don't know what kind of Play-Doh bolts they're buying. But here's the transmission we'll be using. It is the T56 flavor. Gonna get the new throwout bearing installed along with the whole slave cylinder. Just because we're here, might as well do it. Ooh yeah, it's nice. Not nice. A little donk doesn't fit, bro. So if you know me, you know I was in a UTV accident a couple weeks ago, and I have post-concussion syndrome, and I get dizzy randomly. And just looking down right now, I almost feel like I was gonna tip over. All right, now comes the easy part. Just sticking her in there. Hey, Leo, put it in. Come here, Leo, put him in. From here, all we gotta do is put on the starter and some of the electronics, and then paint the engine bay, and then get this thing put in. Now we're gonna get the fenders off, get the chassis taped off, sand down the front bash bar, frame rails, and the inner fender wells, shock towers, all that good stuff. Get them prepped, cleaned off, and then spray them with paint. Stripper. Oh yeah. I've decided that I just want to go pearl white to match the cage. So basically, sand it all down, pull the grommets out from the firewall, mask off the steering column and cross member, and start sanding and spraying. I really need a lift. It's the next day, all the paint is dry. Going to get the starter installed, some of the electronics on the side of the block, knock sensors, stuff like that. I'm gonna get it stabbed in there. Hopefully the transmission mount that I have fits laterally. I don't know what mounting system he was anticipating to use for the transmission, or what transmission he was gonna use. I'm assuming it looked like a drag setup, so probably an automatic, or this is the T56. Oh no, that's a quake sensor. They'll be done. So we got it dropped in. And actually, these mounts are really nice. Fits really well. Oil pan's got great clearance. I'm sure the sway bar should fit pretty good. We may have to go to an aftermarket setup with spacer blocks or something. But everything looks really good. I'm gonna go down there, get the transmission mount installed, and then call it a day. I've got family in town, so gotta go spend time with them. My original time frame was the couple weeks, but with work and everything around the house, I don't think it's gonna be a couple weeks. We're probably looking at three months to get it running, and then that last couple weeks to get it tuned properly. We're gonna get down there and put that transmission mount on. Well, there is no transmission bracket. They were cut off. You can see right there and right here, the whole piece is missing. So that'll be it for this video. Next video, we build a custom trans mount between the two frame rails, mount the transmission, and in that video I will be doing probably the headers, some of the electrical, figuring out which route I want to go with the electrical, maybe like a hot rod harness, or just cut down the factory harness and do all that shit, which sounds super lame. But that's it. Drop a like, leave a comment, keep up with your boy. We'll catch you on the next one.